Far off the coast of Maine, hidden by treacherous waves and constant fog, lies a small, rocky island known as Blackwater Point. For over a century, its lighthouse guided ships away from the jagged reefs below. But in 1974, after a violent storm destroyed the last supply boat, the lighthouse was officially decommissioned. At least, that's what the records say. For decades, fishermen and passing sailors reported something impossible. Every night, through fog and rain, the light still turned, sweeping across the black waters like a pale, searching eye. Some swore they saw figures moving in the lantern room, though no one had lived on the island for years. The Dare. One chilly autumn evening, four friends sat around a campfire on the mainland. Mara, a local who had grown up hearing tales of the lighthouse. Jack, her adventurous older brother. Olivia, a skeptical city journalist looking for a good story. Ethan, the quiet one with a knack for history. Mara leaned closer to the fire and whispered, "They say if you turn the light off, they come for you." Olivia scoffed. "Who? Ghost pirates? Sea monsters? It's just a broken mechanism still spinning. I want to see it for myself." Jack grinned. "Then let's go tomorrow. The weather's clear, and my uncle has a boat." Ethan frowned. "There's a reason locals avoid that place. Every crew stationed there before '74 disappeared. Their logs always ended the same way, the light must stay on." The group laughed it off. By sunrise, they were loading gear into a small fishing boat, the distant glow of the lighthouse barely visible through the mist. Arrival. The journey was rough. As they neared the island, the air grew colder, the fog thicker. When their boat scraped against the rocky shore, Mara felt a strange vibration beneath her feet, as if the island itself was humming. The lighthouse loomed above them, its cracked stone walls streaked with salt and age. But the light, impossibly bright, turned steadily, casting long beams across the sea. "This place should be dead," Olivia muttered, snapping photos. No power lines, no generators. They climbed the spiral staircase inside. Dust and cobwebs clung to every surface. But at the top, they found something chilling. The lantern room was pristine, gleaming, and warm, as though someone had just tended it. The light mechanism spun silently, fueled by no visible source. "Look at this," Ethan said, pointing to a journal on a small table. The handwriting was frantic, smeared with saltwater stains. The last entry read, October 31st, 1974. "They are at the shore. If the light fails, they will take us all. The light must stay on." A line of smeared ink followed, as if the writer had been dragged away mid-sentence. The descent. Night fell quickly. From the tower windows, they saw strange shapes moving just beyond the breakers, tall, thin silhouettes, too numerous to count. Their movements were unnatural, jerky, as if they were puppets pulled by unseen strings. Mara's voice trembled. We should leave now." Jack shook his head. "If we figure out how this light works, Olivia can write her story, and we'll be famous." Ethan's hands shook as he flipped through the journals. The keepers weren't keeping ships safe. They were keeping something out. Suddenly, a low, guttural sound echoed up from below, like 1,000 voices humming in unison. The floor vibrated beneath their boots. "Basement," Olivia said, gripping her camera. "We need to see what's down there." Reluctantly, they descended into the lighthouse's lowest level. The basement was unlike the rest of the building, smooth, black stone walls carved with symbols that hurt to look at. In the center sat a massive, ancient mechanism of gears and lenses, the true heart of the light. "It's alive," Mara whispered. The metal pulsed faintly, like a beating heart. On the far wall, they found ritual markings, candles melted into twisted shapes, and dozens of bones arranged in a perfect circle. Olivia snapped photo after photo, her breath ragged. "This isn't just a lighthouse. It's a seal. The mistake." As Jack examined the mechanism, he accidentally shifted a lever. The humming stopped. The light above flickered, and went dark. For a moment, there was only silence. Then came the sound of water rushing, impossibly loud. Something massive moved beneath the waves outside. Mara screamed, racing back up the stairs. Through the windows, they saw the silhouettes emerging from the sea. Dozens, maybe hundreds. Their skin was pale, stretched tight over elongated limbs, their faces blank except for gaping, toothless mouths. "They're coming," Ethan gasped. "Turn it back on." Jack scrambled to fix the mechanism, but the gears wouldn't move. The ancient machine groaned like a dying animal. The creatures reached the shore. They moved with horrifying speed, crawling on all fours, their bodies bending in ways that defied human anatomy. Their humming grew louder, shaking the very stones of the lighthouse. Olivia aimed her camera, capturing a single blurry frame before one of the creatures screamed, a sound that shattered the glass in the lantern room. The final stand. The group fled to the top, slamming the hatch shut behind them. "They want us," Mara sobbed. "The journals, every crew before us, they were sacrifices to keep the light burning." Ethan flipped through the last pages. "There's a way to restart it, but it requires blood." Jack didn't hesitate. "Then use mine." Before anyone could stop him, Jack pressed his palm against the central lens. The machine roared to life, gears spinning, light blazing brighter than ever before. The creatures shrieked, retreating toward the sea, their forms dissolving into mist. But Jack collapsed, his body pale and lifeless. The last thing Mara saw before fainting was his face, twisted into an expression of pure terror. Aftermath. When Mara and Olivia awoke, it was dawn. The light still turned steadily, the island eerily silent. Jack's body was gone. Ethan was nowhere to be found. They stumbled to the boat and fled, never looking back. On the mainland, Olivia tried to show her photos, but every image was blank, except one. A single frame of Jack in the lantern room, his eyes glowing like the light itself. Weeks later, Mara returned to the shore out of guilt. To her horror, she saw a new silhouette moving in the lantern room, tall and familiar. The light turned, sweeping across the sea, as if warning something far away. Epilogue. Today, Blackwater Point is officially listed as unsafe for navigation. Locals whisper that the lighthouse still stands, its light shining every night without fail. And sometimes, on stormy evenings, fishermen claim to see a figure at the top, a man with glowing eyes, tirelessly keeping the darkness at bay. But they all agree on one thing. Never let the light go out.